You ever have a morning start so normal, so dead quiet, you can literally hear a squirrel sneeze 2 trees over? That was my kind of peace. The whole reason I bought 1.3 miles of backwoods Idaho gravel in 2017, every inch fair and square from the county. I spent half a year clearing brush, grading out a river slope, dropping in culverts so spring runoff wouldn't drown the place, and posting up private road. No trespassing signs big enough for a raccoon with cataracts to read. It was simple, a little rough, but it was mine, and people respected it. Well, they used to. So picture this. I'm towing a flatbed trailer with my F-350, 30 feet, 10,000 pounds compact loader, flags flapping, safety chains clanking, enough weight that reversing it uphill through tight woods would make a sober man sweat. But I wasn't worried. It was my road, nobody parked on it. That's what I thought, until I round the bend by the sandstone bluff and nearly ram into a pristine white Lincoln Navigator, dead center in the only curve you can't turn around. 3 feet of clearance either side. But that means nothing when you're dragging 20,000 pounds through an S-curve. Clean as a whistle, glittering in the sun like some suburban war chariot. HOA parking permit dangling from the mirror, a sheet taped under the wipers. HOA Riverbend views. Parking for tour access. Please do not move. If I ever saw a more smug piece of paper, I'd probably frame it. No one inside. Doors locked. No contact info. Just the world's most entitled parking job on my private land. I circled the thing, took photos, plates, tires, that little HOA sign. Then called the local tow company. Guy on the phone was apologetic but stuck to the script. Private road. Can't touch it without the owner's okay or a court order. Liability, man. You need a sheriff. Great. So I texted a buddy at the county. He fired back my GPS overlay. Deed, everything from when I bought it. Mine, clear as day. But having the right and making someone respect it, whole different animal. 10 minutes ticked by, nobody shows. Just me, the pines, the silent judgment of trees. I snapped a GoPro onto my bumper and started recording. No threats, just documentation. I even did a little voiceover. Felt like I was hosting Redneck CSI. Then I sat on the tailgate, cracked open my coffee, and tried not to get mad. But I felt it building, that old itch when you realize someone looked at a clear boundary and thought, yeah, but that's not for me. That's when I heard it, a faint electric whine, like a mosquito with a megaphone. Here comes a golf cart, jacked up tires, HOA logo, American flag on the pole, piloted by none other than Karen Dale herself. Only met her once before. County zoning hearing. She wanted the riverfront opened up for the community, which in HOA speak means your land is now ours. I shot her down with one map and a deed. Now here she was, bouncing over roots in Lululemon and determination, 2 HOA board members in tow, clipboard guy and Starbucks lady. She hops out all sunshine and fake charm, points at the Lincoln. We're staging a river access tour for prospective members. The association planned this for weeks. I trust you got the notice. Oh, I got it, and signed and printed in Comic Sans, but I didn't bother mentioning that. That's not how this works, I told her. This is a private road. She smiled like I was a 3-year-old with a plastic truck. Oh, don't be so territorial, Landon. This route is historic. Locals have always used it. Then clipboard guy chimes in about how I'm isolating the community. I held up my deed, my survey, my county overlays. This road? I bought it. I plow it. I fix it. You're parked on my land blocking my access, and you didn't even call. Karen just crosses her arms and tells clipboard guy, we're escalating. She pulls out her phone and dials 911, spinning a whole story about a man threatening her vehicle with heavy machinery, painting herself as the damsel and me as the redneck villain. I didn't say a word, just let the GoPro blink and recorded my own calm little statement. Never raised my voice, never touched her or her crew. It was like I'd wandered into a low-budget HOA drama. We wait. Sun gets higher, loader humming from the trailer, Karen's people sipping coffee and snapping photos like they're prepping for a yearbook called Menacing Men of the Woods. After a while, a sheriff's cruiser crunches up the gravel. Sergeant Reeves, big guy, slow eyes, maybe 40. He hears both sides, takes my deed, reviews my camera footage, and finally says, well, this is private property. That vehicle is trespassing. Karen's face twitches. She insists they filed for public access, But the officer just shrugs. A request isn't a ruling, ma'am. She tries to get him to arrest me for threatening her car. I tell him, on the record, that if it's not gone in 2 hours, I'll remove it myself. Calm, legal, nothing crazy. Sergeant Reeves hands back my paperwork and says to call if it gets out of hand. Karen's crew huddle in the golf cart, whispering and glancing at me. They think I'm bluffing. 40 minutes later, clipboard guy storms up, phone out, threatens lawsuits. You can't just move someone else's property. I smile. Watch me. He retreats. Karen's poker face doesn't even twitch. But me? I'm done waiting. I unchain the loader, check hydraulics, clip the GoPro to the roll cage, and line up all my cameras. 2 hours hit. I call out, last chance. No answer. So I climb in, start the engine, ease the bucket under the Lincoln's rear bumper, and gently, very gently lift. The back wheels squeal, alarm wails, and I drag that shiny monument to arrogance down the road toward the old timber ramp by the river. Karen loses it, runs after me screaming about lawsuits. Loader doesn't care. At the river's edge, I tip the SUV forward, slow, steady, not a scratch to the loader, and over it goes. Front end dips, water rushes up, and just like that, the Lincoln is half submerged, lights flickering, alarm sputtering as the Snake River claims another victim. Karen just stares, blue-screened, then erupts, calls me every name in the book, tries to swing at me, but I hold up my phone and say, back up. You're trespassing and acting aggressive. It's all on video. She calls 911 again, yelling about property damage and eco-terrorism. I just lean against my truck, download the footage to the cloud, and wait. Second sheriff arrives, Deputy McMillan, young guy, nervous. Karen is in his ear before he even gets out of the cruiser. He asks for my side. I hand him the flash drive, 3 angles, full documentation, even the previous officer's report. McMillan reviews it all, comes back shaking his head. You acted within your rights as the property owner. You didn't damage her vehicle intentionally. You just removed it from your land and, well, where it ended up isn't really on you. Karen blows up, but he cites her for unlawful parking and false reporting instead. For once, the law didn't shield her. It cut both ways. By now, word gets out. The news shows up, eager for a viral landowner snaps headline. I meet them on the porch, boots off, bourbon in hand. You're trespassing, I say, just like that SUV. Reporter tries to paint me as the villain, but I hold my ground. Show the deeds, the footage, everything. Karen even shows up for her close-up, scarf blowing, launching into her HOA oppression speech. She claims her navigator was essential for community nature tours. I cut in. She blocked my only access home, ignored every warning, and called the cops on me when I cleared the road. Once the footage leaks online, especially the drone shot of the navigator gliding into the river, everything flips. Not Karen's press conference, but my loader and the splash. Someone even remixes it with banjo music, Riverbend Titanic. The HOA holds an emergency vote. Caught on camera, Karen yelling at everyone, getting booted mid-sentence. Next thing I know, I get an apology letter from the new board, a Starbucks gift card, which I never use, and a promise to stay off my road for good. Insurance won't cover Karen's loss, declared owner negligence on posted private land. She tries to sue. The case lands in court. Her lawyer spins wild tales about me as a bulldozer-possessed hermit. My lawyer just lines up the deeds, video, police reports. The judge watches the whole GoPro sequence, asks her if she had permission. No, but, by then, even the bailiff is rolling his eyes. Case dismissed. I get damages, and the HOA has to update its bylaws so nobody tries that stunt again. Peace finally settles over the woods. The gate clicks shut every night. My road stays empty. Karen vanishes, her Lincoln now fish habitat. The sign out front gets a new line. Private road. Not for HOAs, not for Karens, not for drama. But one afternoon, who rolls up but Karen herself, clipboard in hand, sunglasses, trying to play county inspector with a fake badge and 2 cronies filming on their phones. I don't even open the gate, just record the whole performance. New HOA president calls me right after. She doesn't speak for us. Sorry. I hand all the footage to the sheriff and the county. Within days, Karen's arrested for impersonating an official, filing false documents, and trying to pull one last stunt. Insurance company sues her for fraud. Her lawyer bails, and she's gone from the county for good. Last I heard, she moved out of state. Her Lincoln never recovered. Her reputation even less so. My land is quiet again. Except now there's a sign with one last line, burned in with a soldering iron. Try it again. I dare you. So, that's what it takes to stand your ground these days. Sometimes you have to fight dirty with clean hands and let the world see exactly where the line is. But now I want to hear from you. Would you have done the same, or did I go too far? Where do you draw the line between standing up for what's yours and just stirring the pot? Drop your take below. Let's see where folks really stand when the road gets rough.